Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another edition of Guitar Guts with me, Mark Murray. It's Van Halen week, so I don't know if you've noticed my new Guitar Guts shirt, Eddie Van Halen style guitar. It's a guitar I worked on a while ago. I finally got mine planned, my EVH Franken Strat. So I show you the wet sanding, I show you the polishing of it, and also I show you when I went to Namm. If you saw last week's episode, you know I went to Namm. I showed you the ESP booth and the Metallica guitars. Metallica's actual guitars were on display. So go check out vlog number 15 if you haven't seen that already. This week I'm going to show you the EVH booth. So all of Eddie Van Halen's guitars, some of his new signature models that are out, some of his amps and stuff. Remember, you can always find these vlogs over at guitarguts.com. It's just a link straight to the YouTube channel. Also follow me on Instagram at guitarguts, or Twitter at guitargutsusa, or Facebook, facebook.com/guitarguts. Alright, here you can see a little bit of what I'm working with. Got my water, a little bit of sandpaper in there, soaking the water in. You want to let it soak so it does a little better job with the wet sanding. I just did the, started with 400 grit. I'm doing some of the sides now. I'll show you a little bit what it looks like. Alright, so this thing came out almost as perfect as it could. I still could do a little bit more polishing on it to get it even better, but I'm happy with it. The first guitar I've ever really painted with proper technique, and I see some mistakes I made and already ways to make it even better. So before I started wet sanding it, or polishing it, it looked like that. Very ugly. You think you ruin the guitar when you wet sand it sometimes, but then when it comes out like this with the polish, I mean, look at that. You can see your reflection in it. So now next up on the to-do list is this guy. This is the EVH I've been painting for months now. I did all lacquer paint. It should be ready to go. Lots of clear coat on this thing. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I'm going to be sanding it down, wet sanding it today with 400 grit, then 800 grit, then 1000, and then 1500 grit. After that, I'll be doing the first polishing with this, Meguiar's Polish Compound, Clear Coat Safe, and then I'll finish it off with, this is Meguiar's, looks disgusting, right? I got your sample here. That's Meguiar's, like, it's called like two-step or something like that. I forget, dual zone, something like that. My dad has a big jug of it that he gets real cheap from the car shows, those traveling car shows. So I'll be getting some more of that from it, but that's plenty for many guitars. So, time to get on the EVH, get wet sanding, and maybe I'll even have this thing put together by tonight to jam. Alright, I cleaned up the workspace. I'm done with all the wet sanding now, so got a fresh new towel out here. Got this guy all dried off. As you can see, now it's a little duller. It was shinier before, but now that it's all scuffed up with all that sandpaper, it's a lot smoother too, but still not 100% flat and smooth all the way across because of all these different paint layers, but feels really good, feels better, feels smoother than it did, and I know next time that I'm going to have to use even more clear coat than I did here, because, you know, it's about 3 to 5 layers. It's 5 layers of paint of each color, actually. So you're sitting here with the red, on top of the red, it's 15 layers of paint plus primer. But that means this is 10 layers thicker than the black. So you have to add so much clear coat that you raise the black up 10 layers, and then you need it to sit even higher than the red, because the red needs clear coat, 5 coats or so. So then you have 20 coats of clear on this thing by the time you have enough clear. So I know next time I do one of these, if I want to be more authentic, I will do that. And also I put more coats of red, because Eddie's looks like this. You can see the black line straight through the red. That's what his looks like. But I've seen Charvel and EVH company. They make new productions of these guitars, and those ones you can't see through the red, and they're 100% smooth. It's just glass. It feels like smooth glass. So with the next one I do, that's what I'm going to try to do. But this one, I'm happy with it, and I'm real excited to see what it's going to look like when I'm done polishing it up right now. So let's do that. Alright, so here's how it turned out. You can see I got the Floyd Rose on it, I got the Seymour Duncan humbucker in there, I got the switch and the pickup in there, the dummy pickup, got the tone, the white tone knob, the quarter right there right there by the Floyd Rose. Thing turned out great. It's super shiny, beautiful. Doesn't play very good. It's, you know, the whole idea of this thing was to see if I could build what looks like a really good, convincing EVH Franken Strat, which, in my opinion, so far I've done it. I'm still going to relic it, sand the edges, age some of the hardware, put some age on the neck, burn some cigarette marks into the headstock. All the stuff that Eddie's got on his, I'm still going to be doing to this thing. But I showed myself that if I buy a nice Fender Strat or something, a Charvel, I can paint it up and make it into a solid, quality, nice paint job. It turned out it looks amazing. It feels really good. It's shiny. It's beautiful, and couldn't be much more happy with it. The playability is a little different story, though. It's a neck from China. It was $25. The edge of the frets you could feel as you slide your hand up. The shape of the neck's not too bad. Also, since the Floyd Rose is mounted on the top of the body, if you've seen the other videos you'd see why. It doesn't play good. The action's not very good. I need to angle the neck, and I tried to shim it, but I was having some difficulty, so you know what, I said, screw it. It plays good enough for what it is. It's a super cheap guitar, and next step is to build one of my other Strats around here into a legit EVH Super Strat Franken Strat. Alright guys, so let's get into that Namm footage now. So I went to the EVH booth and pull it up here and talk you through it a little bit. So they shared a booth with Gretsch, Charvel, and Jackson. Here's the Gretches over here. Got the Charvels right here. I love Charvels, all the San Dimas and SoCal models. They got some Tele models. Jackson just put out a Tele model. You'll see. Actually, I don't think I caught video of it. All these cool colors, though. Charvels, they make the coolest colors. All these awesome maple necks. Some kids in my way right here. Doesn't move when I walk by. That turquoise is really cool. And then we got the Jacksons over here. Okay, here we go. Here's the EVH corner. Let's jump straight to it. This corner right here, let's pause it at that corner because it's such a cool shot. Those are all Wolfgangs against the wall. These are all Eddie Van Halen brand. EVH Gear is the company. It's made by Fender, but that body shape was the original. Was originally made by like Peavey and Van Halen together. They created that weird Les Paul style hybrid. You can see all the striped ones there on the right. Let's keep going with this. Some of the amps here. So these white ones, the little ones, are the little lunchbox heads. That's one of the new products they released this year. So we got the EVH amps here. Bunch of different models. And then up here we got the Wolfgangs, EVH Wolfgangs. All different colors, all different variations. Right here in the middle, the black, the white ones with the big red buttons on them there. Those are two of the new models for this year. New color schemes, a couple small different changes they made. The white one, you could tell it's got some cool inlays on it, some blocks it looks like. That red striped one there, I'll show you up pretty close right here. That's the new hot one this year. That's a remake of his 80s model, the Kramer that he played, the 5150 model. I think he played something like this during Hot for Teacher and Jump. Real cool guitar. I didn't play that one. I didn't play either of these either. These are the other two new models here. And then the fourth new model is this striped one in the front. That striped one, and I'll pause it right here because the video is just about over anyways. That striped black and yellow one, Bumblebee colors with the chrome hardware and the maple neck, that's a new model for this year, really cool looking. Then I got to play the two behind it, the red ones, so I got to play the red Wolfgang with the dark neck right there, and then the next red guitar behind that, which they kind of blend into each other. But I got to play like the regular Franken Strat one. Really cool guitars. I wasn't blown away by them, but they play good. They don't play as good as my Edwards, but what you gonna do? And then we got all the cool bumblebees and the stars and the original black and white back behind it. So that pretty much does it for the EVH booth. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you want to tune in, I think next week I'm going to be able to put out an episode again. I've been doing every 2 weeks, but I think next week I got another one of all the rest of my Namm footage. It might be longer, so I'm going to just dump it all out on there. It might be 20 minutes, I'm not sure, but I got the Gibson booth, the Kiesel booth, Marshall orange amps, and then a bunch of small little weird things that I thought were kind of cool that I wanted to film and show you guys. So, again, you can follow me on Instagram at Guitar Guts, on Twitter at Guitar Guts USA, Facebook.com/Guitar Guts, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's one of the big ones. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers right now so I can claim YouTube.com/Guitar Guts. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.